Do you do the thing we used to do, at least the Desi community abroad does a lot, where they all sort of, not just, all the different cultures tend to homogenize and be with themselves. So do you do that? All the foreigners?
No. My parents wouldn't allow me to do that.
So
they sent me straight outside. They're like, go outside. There's kids. Go
That's
play.
cruelty.
Yeah. I was like, Mom, I don't know the language. She's like, "Seekhoge bancho jao."
I mean, that's beautiful.
कुछ ना कुछ सीखना पड़ता है ना.
She pushes him out and says, become a Yadav, then come back.
पहले पान खाने सीखो फिर आ जाओ घर.
Are you a pan addict?
No.
That's just a stereotype, isn't it?
No, I like the sweet stuff. Sweet pan, meeta pan, but
I know what you mean, sir.
नहीं, वो सब नहीं. Support everybody though. Just not for me.
Yeah.
I know all the rules. Like for instance, my favorite rule is a fight never starts right away. फाइट कैसे स्टार्ट होता है? दो बंदा में नहीं होता है. अच्छा, बदतमीजी करेगा. एक सेकंड बैंचोद. मैं बुलाता हूँ अपना बंदा को.
If I'm from UP, I'll be hurt. If I'm from Delhi, it's okay.
UP में चलता है. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It never starts right there. It starts with a phone call. Then he calls his guy. 10, 20 people.
You millennials and Gen Zs, growing up in 80s and 90s, there was no one to call. You had to shout, Raju, tu hai? Bachao mere ko. It's a very different system, brother. This is damn good. Ruk. Dude. Mr. Gupta, beta ko dena.
The rules are different. हाँ अंकल वनीतवा को जल्दी सेंड करे.
और एक बात और, बंदूक भी भेजो.
मिर्जापुर को अमेरिका बना देंगे बैंचो.
Right. Okay, Cyrus says time, and today I feel betrayed. I feel hurt. I feel angry. Because, many of my family members went to the States, got green cards, migrated. A lot of people from our class of society do those kind of things. And now, against those 1 million Desi Indians who work in the West, especially the US, there's this one guy who's reversing the trend. One. So the score is 1,000,001. That's the score at the moment. And his name is Drew Hicks. He's a phenomenon. He's a huge influencer with 176 million followers in Beijing alone. Is it fair to say?
Sure.
When it comes to China, we can say anything because no one knows.
Kuch bhi chalega.
Kuch bhi chalega. As you can tell, he speaks perfect Hindi. We'll figure out why all this is happening. And but at the moment, you're an influencer living in Thailand, or?
Yeah, I go back and forth. So I spend like half my time in Thailand, half my time in Mumbai.
Oh, Mumbai.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the beginning. How did this young American family land up in UP? Was it because the government of the United States of America was chasing your family? What went wrong?
Yeah, so like my dad...
He ignored my what went wrong. How sweet.
What didn't go wrong?
Yeah.
No, my mom and dad were both like travelers before we were born. So they had been actually traveled to India previously, along with a bunch of other places. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, like, it's just some people come to India.
So they travel for pleasure, you're saying? They just
for
like
pleasure.
traveling.
Yeah, just for pleasure purposes.
And then they wanted to come back to India. Now, I'm a patriot, but the smell.
Yeah.
I'm told it's not easy for the foreign nasal cavity.
You'd be surprised what hippies can deal with.
Really?
Hippies can deal with
So
worse.
the other type, they're Anglophiles who love everything, the dust, the grime, there's that type also.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, India is one of those places where you either kind of like freak out and never come back, or you fall in love with it.
That's a great point.
There's no like kind of, it was cool. Nobody feels that way about India.
Yeah.
Either they fall in love or they're like,
you're right.
मैं जा रहा हूँ, मैं निकल रहा हूँ.
So it's all attitude adjustment, if you ask me, right?
Yeah.
So you come with a positive attitude and not worry about how the conditions are different, etc.
Yeah. And I think if you're used to traveling, you've been to a lot of places, you're a bit maybe more open-minded to things.
But this is back in like the 70s or something, when they traveled.
Shit. Sorry, Mom, Dad. I don't know how old you are, but way आसपास 70s, 80s, 90s.
70s, 80s. Hindi में वो क्या होगा? 70, 80. I don't even know.
80, 90 कुछ.
Wow, not bad.
Don't ask me the ones in between.
This is typical UP numerology. They go straight by the decade. There's no in between. 80, 90, 100. Fair. Yeah. So mom, dad like to travel. They're traveling the world and they love. They just got a taste of India and said, "Wow, this is not the worst place in the world. Let's come back."
Yeah, and my dad was also interested in doing some continued education. So that's the connection to UP. He went to BHU. He went to Banaras.
For a second, you got me when you said education UP. I was like, really? Then I remember there is a BHU.
Yeah. There's a BHU.
Can you do my story? Quickly, sorry to cut. I talk a lot. So if you think I'm talking too much, either punch me or raise your hand and scratch your armpit. That's what we ask the guests to do.
I'll definitely do the armpit.
Please,
you look
please.
like, I don't know.
And
You might punch back.
Yeah. And please don't say lower body not good enough because I squatted 440 pounds today. And I'm 52 years old. Show off. Yeah. So my story. We were shooting a show called MTV U for university. So we'd go to universities of India and shoot, etc. BHU, Banaras. And we were there and we were having a good time. Suddenly they caught us and put us in a car and said, just get out, just go. Apparently there was a stabbing.
Yeah.
Because the youth politics that happens there is really serious. So somebody stabbed somebody else from one team and the other team. And in all that melee, they just got rid of us. We never went back again. So that was my education with BHU.
I mean... कुछ
डिफेंड इट यार तू
सब
यूपी
चीज
का है
सीखना पड़ता है सब चीज सीखना पड़ता है
दिखा यार क्या क्या होता है वहां पे
भैया
मैंने होगा
एक बुक स्मार्ट होता है एक स्ट्रीट स्मार्ट होता है ना
बट
तो यूपी पहले स्ट्रीट स्मार्ट उसके बाद में वो बुक्स देख लेते हैं हम लोग
चीज बट मैं क्या बोलता हूं इसमें कि पॉलिटिकल कॉन्शियसनेस जो है नॉर्थ में स्पेशली यूपी में वो सही है और वो स्ट्रेट है और वो सीरियस है जैसे मुंबई में नहीं होता ये सब इट्स वेरी लो द पॉलिटिकल इंटरेस्ट एंड कॉन्शियसनेस अमंग्स यूथ बट यू वर्क इन यूपी इज अ डिफरेंट story. You tell us because you grew up there. Let's rewind. You were 5 when at 5 you came to India?
Yeah. I came when I was 5.
Yeah.
So I lived in Banaras for quite a while, and that's definitely the vibe there. Like people give a shit.
Yeah.
It's not like it's kind of like in the US, no one gives a fuck, right? Like कोई कुछ भी
You
नहीं
don't have a UP in the US?
है but वो लोग तो और vote नहीं करता है वो तो उसको और
like the Bible Belt and all, isn't that?
Yeah. But they don't vote.
They don't vote.
They cook meth. They do.
I mean, that's not good. That's bad people.
Yeah.
Vote for Biden.
Yeah. No. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But
hey, so you can vote. Your passport is what?
My passport's American.
So you
But अगर कोई आधार कार्ड का जुगाड़ है आपके पास तो प्लीज बताइए.
मेरे पास सब जुगाड़ी है सर मैं करेगा डोंट वरी.
करवा दीजिए.
नाम को बदल दो ध्रुवा कुमार हिक्स.
Already नाम चेंज कर दिए ध्रुव यादव.
Dhruv Yadav. You've taken a cult and a community all together. Excellent. Well done.
It's UP name, right?
Fair. Very fair. Very fair. I don't think I should argue. His knowledge of UP will be far more than anybody's in this room. So age 5, young Drew goes there.
Yeah.
And you're now this only, I don't want to use words like Gora, and I don't know what's politically correct, but you're obviously the only guy from another culture mixed in a school with all these native UPites.
No, I did my schooling online mostly because my parents travel.
They didn't trust the school system?
They don't trust any school system. Even in America, I didn't go to school. I went online or like homeschooling.
But how's that? You miss out on the whole school experience. Sorry to...
No, because I had friends in the neighborhood. So I just missed the bullshit, the studying part. Masti to mere ko mila.
Yeah, but growing up in a class, falling in love, pulling your first bra strap, if you're an all-boys school.
वो भी करते थे.
All-boys school, we used to do that stuff. Shabir was a big boy and he had a... Come on, guys.
Bro, there were still girls in the neighborhood.
I'm going to blame you if we get any letters of,
I don't
discontent.
know this guy.
You Canadians.
I just met him.
Woke culture. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So online, is it?
Yeah, I did school like homeschooling when I was in the US and in India. So, But I still had a good childhood. And it wasn't like Varanasi is very used to foreigners. So we didn't feel too out of place either.
Right.
I mean, the foreigners are a little weird there.
But do you do the thing we used to do, at least the Desi community abroad does a lot, where they all sort of, not just, all the different cultures tend to homogenize and be with themselves. Did you do that?
No,
all the foreigners?
No. My parents wouldn't allow me to do that.
So
they sent me straight outside. They're like, go outside. There's kids. Go
That's
play.
cruelty.
Yeah. I was like, Mom, I don't know the language. She's like, "Seekhoge bancho jao."
I mean, that's beautiful.
कुछ ना कुछ सीखना पड़ता है ना.
She pushes him out and says, "Become a Yadav, then come back."
पहले पान खाने सीखो फिर आ जाओ घर.
Are you a pan addict?
No.
That's just a stereotype, isn't it?
No, I like the sweet stuff. Sweet pan, meeta pan, but
I know what you mean, sir.
नहीं, वो सब नहीं. Support everybody though. Just not for me.
Yeah, fair. Coming back to, I don't want to fast forward too much. Very interesting is the early years as well. Because the adjustment period, I'm just trying to figure out, even though you're doing an online school, all your friends seem to be from Varanasi and surrounding areas. So how was it like fitting in and stuff?
I mean, it came naturally because there's a certain age where it is normal, I think. Like, it's much easier for a kid who's 4 or 5 to sit down next to any kid and play with a toy, whatever.
Very nice.
You know what I mean? Whereas like if you come as a 16-year-old, maybe you've already developed a personality, a culture, different things.
You should run the world. If Putin and Zelensky were 4 each,
Yeah.
some say, yeah, maybe, but if they were just 4, they would get along better.
Hey.
Because you don't have the issues that you have as you grow up.
If there's a paycheck in it, I'm in.
Bro, there's always a pay. We're as capitalist as you guys. I don't know who you are now anymore. You just look American, you become one of us. That's the worst. You know? Wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah. There'll be a paycheck soon. But it's a very wise. There'll be a few wise statements coming out of our stupid conversations. So pay attention, write it down.
Yeah, definitely. Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Like you get used to it as such a young kid. It's normal. It's easy to adjust as a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old, something like that. And it's also easy to learn a language then.
Yeah.
So I have the cheat code.
Just naturally happened.
It just naturally, like you're learning English, you learn Hindi. So it's easy. It's not
But
like...
you learn real Hindi. Like, we don't speak real Hindi. We speak our bastardized Hindi in our parts of the world. In India. But you in UP, the chaste, good, perfect, Shuddh Hindi happens.
No, even I can't speak that either. Though.
No, you can't?
I can't read the newspaper. Even the news is like... I mean, I can read it, but like it's big words and shit. I just speak
blow
local.
for online education.
Well, I didn't study Hindi though.
You didn't study Hindi?
I've never taken a Hindi
But
class.
why didn't you? Because you're stuck there, right?
I mean,
It didn't occur.
I learned it on the cricket field.
Oh.
You know, I learned it on like playing kabaddi.
Okay.
You know.
So cricket field means all the bad language came very quickly.
हाँ. वो तो पहले आएगा. The way like we learned it naturally.
Huh.
So I don't know like any of like the real Shuddh Hindi. I think I took maybe like a couple months
you're safe
class,
here.
but
I almost fail Hindi I think they just pass you because they want to see your face again.
Yeah.
Just don't worry. You're already the Premchand of our little studio. You say what you want. Don't worry. No one can argue. This group, the Maharashtrians, Kutchi, Catholic, Bengali, no one can speak.
Oh, good.
But we all can abuse. So be very careful whose mother you go after.
Dude, that's the first thing you gotta learn.
Yeah, that terima Japanese word doesn't work here. Yeah.
Japanese word.
Oh, terima! If you don't complete it, it sounds Japanese, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Check that out.
Kinda. That's a good thought.
If you get out the car, guys bigger than you go terima! And become Japanese and say, and go back in. Like that.
It's weird because the galis, like everywhere you go, there's like certain things you can do and can't do.
Like
Delhi में सब चलता. Delhi में सब अपना बाप खोज रहा है और सब गाली बक रहा है.
Right.
UP, Bihar, वहाँ पे थोड़ा like UP में भी सब चलता.
There's more Tamil culture there. You're
yeah,
right.
but a little bit more like माँ का गाली नहीं दे सकते हो.
No.
है ना? कभी नहीं.
Oh, that's a great
Unless
point.
कलेश हो जाएगा. Only if you really trying to like उसका गान फाड़ना है तब कर सकते हो नहीं तो मतलब नहीं होगा.
He's got into a lot of fights, I think, because he knows the rules. When you're talking to a UPite or whatever, like with Punjabis and Delhiites, abuse is not such a big deal. It just goes off their shoulders. So you don't get no big fight over it sometimes. But you say one bad word with a UPite sometimes over the mother, brother, sister thing. And then suddenly it can escalate because they feel real offense.
Right. I know all the rules. Like, for instance, my favorite rule is a fight never starts right away. फाइट कैसे स्टार्ट होता है 2 बंदा में नहीं होता है. अच्छा बदतमीजी करेगा 1 सेकंड बैंचोद मैं बुलाता हूँ अपना बंदा को.
If I'm from UP, I'll be hurt. If I'm from Delhi, it's okay.
UP में चलता है. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It never starts right there. It starts with a phone call. Then he calls his guy. 10, 20 people.
You millennials and Gen Zs, growing up in 80s and 90s, there was no one to call. You had to shout, Raju, tu hai? Bachao mere ko. Very different system, brother. This is damn good. Ruk. Dude. Mr. Gupta, beta ko dena.
The rules are different. हाँ अंकल वनीतवा को जल्दी सेंड करे.
और एक बात और बंदूक भी भेजो.
मिर्जापुर को अमेरिका बना देंगे बैंचो.
Right. Boots on the ground. That will be your threat. Yeah. But did you get into a lot of scraps, or were you? How did it go? You being you, did that help or hinder you? You know, being the guy from the States, and I'm sure it's very charming the moment you speak the language, and I think you win a lot of people over.
Yeah, I never really got in any fights. Like I don't know, people were chill.
You're
with
not
me.
like your foreign policy.
Yeah, no. I take no responsibility for that.
Who knows what those guys are doing?
Dude, they're all asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get in a lot of fights really. I think my group was kind of a mix of people, but generally it was pretty chill overall. Overall, I think. I'm trying to think if we got any. Usually we heard about them, or we were kind of.
I'm thinking, would you be targeted? Being like, would they say Gora this and that and all that? Would you be targeted, or you were just one of the lads at the end of the day?
No, with my friends, I was never targeted. With other people, maybe sometimes, but I always rolled, UP Bihar style, deep, full squad, 10 banda.
Fair, that's a very fair. Yeah. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. That's why the Romans never came to Varanasi.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? What's going on? Yeah, it's excellent. What about girls?
Girls, my first girlfriend was Indian.
अपना संस्कृति और परंपरा भाई ये नहीं चलेगा भाई. It's not allowed. Be careful.
Yeah, never kissed her, nothing. We just talked.
That's what I call romance. All parents are so proud. That's my daughter's first boyfriend. No touching.
No touching. कुछ
no
नहीं.
touching.
बस आंटी का पैर छुए, उसका माँ का.
Wow.
प्रणाम. बस.
Excellent. See,
फिर वो मेरा दिल तोड़ दिए तो क्या कर सकते.
What do you mean?
Bye.
She left you?
I don't know.
You were too slow, brother. That's why. She thought I got this American guy and he's like 3 months. Didn't make a move.
शादी कब हो रहा है? Yeah. So I had a girlfriend when I was like 15, I think, 15, 16. And then I left India when I was 17. I moved to Korea.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is this not in the biodata? Why no? Why you not tell me about Korea?
I forgot about Korea, actually.
Jeez.
It was such a shit year, I
Kim
forgot.
Kim Jong's going to be not happy.
Yeah.
He's got intercoastal ballistic missiles coming out of his rectum. What are you guys doing?
गांड से क्यों यार?
I'm trying to make you feel at home. I'm trying to do the more UP conversation.
Yeah, I like
तमीज से बात करते हैं.
बदतमीजी भी चलेगा.
हाँ, बदतमीज से. So Korea.
Korea's cool. I mean,
you went to Seoul, so obviously South Korea, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. अगर north जाते तो
आपको
पता चलता.
What is this thing with your family, with this DNA about wanderlust or something?
Yeah, I mean, like, my whole family lives in Thailand now. Like, my parents, everything, so... I moved to Thailand by choice. I had a good job in the U.S. I worked in corporate, whatever, but...
You worked in corporate?
I worked in corporate. Now to yahi bakchodi mera kaam hai.
I've been watching. We'll come to that. The whole second half will be only about the bakchodi. But let's... So you're 17. You sort of done online education. You go to Korea and do what?
I worked for a Korean person there, like teaching English and stuff.
Oh, did you speak any Korean? Because that'll be an issue also, right?
I spoke like a little tiny bit, but nothing.
Why Korea? Why would you choose?
I had a connection there. So I had somebody who I already knew who was going to like give me a job, like kind of like a summer job type of thing.
Right.
And then during the school months, I could study there at an international school. So that was like my 1 year of school I did.
Mm-hmm. Formal school,
proper formal.
And now this
school.
is with Koreans. And his experience has been Varanasi coming in.
International students.
Oh, so the mix. That's the best, actually.
Yeah. And I think my mom wanted me to have that experience. And she also wanted me to get a little flavor
She waited till you were 17, 18 and said, now we got to put you in a school.
Actually, I'm kind of lying. मैं ज़्यादा माल फूक रहा था और दारू पी रहा था.
तो हिंदी में बोलने का क्या फर्क होता है?
हाँ, मेरा मम्मी भी समझेगी.
Exactly. इसमें कुछ escape clause नहीं कि आप हिंदी में बात करते हैं तो please forgive it.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I was a bad teenager, basically.
Okay. So you're going the wasted life. She was worried. She wanted more formalities. And
she sent me out.
And Korea is very disciplined. Stereotype that we pick up from outside Korea is discipline and all that.
I think that was a factor too. And also I got the chance to like experience the workforce a little bit for just a couple months, like summer type of job. So
how were you treated there? How were you treated there now? This is another culture altogether. Even though it's a foreign school and all that, but...
I much prefer India, actually. Like, culture-wise. The culture is so...
This is why the Prime Minister gave him an award.
Yeah.
Well, he says the right things without winning the Miss India.
I don't know why I got that award, but I'm glad I did.
Hold on. We'll come to that. Let's finish the Korea chapter.
So, yeah, I mean, I just felt like it was so closed and so, I don't know, individualistic. It was just weird. It was a weird, like, you feel like an alien as a foreigner, and nobody, like, pays any attention to you almost. No one, it's almost like they're so homogenous, they really don't really like
you don't
foreigners.
Exist, is what you're saying. You're sort of, without being racist, you're just insignificant or not in the view.
Yeah. And I think they prefer, like, a homogenous society there. They're, like, as an outsider, you're kind of, like, not trusted. Or something. I don't know. It was a weird vibe.
Did you try K-pop?
I'm not into K-pop.
I love K-pop.
Really?
K, not gay. Stop that. That's good too. Whatever makes you happy. Yeah. Are you nuts?
Yeah.
Who likes K-pop? My 17-year-old daughter likes K-pop.
But
she likes. Now she's moved on.
Yeah. Okay. She matured.
Yeah. Except I heard them sing Hey Jude once on a talk show. I was quite impressed. And then, of course, that was it.
Yeah.
I thought 4 lines were bearable, and then, well, why
It was over.
Why were you messing with those poor guys? Lovely people. So good experience going to Korea, working in a work culture, being with foreign students, trying to survive a culture where you're not being let's not be hostile. Well, then where they do their own thing.
Yeah. They do their own thing.
Yeah.
It was 50-50. I love the food there. I made some really good friends there. The friends who I did make became really good friends, but it is a hard place to live, I think, as an outsider until you really get acclimated and adjusted. And I think also like the language, it's not, I tell people all the time, they don't realize how easy it is as a foreigner to travel in India. They get used to so many people knowing like at least tuta futa thoda sa Angrezi, right? Yeah. I'm like, bro, you don't have that luxury in a lot of places. Like in Thailand, I'll be telling the taxi driver, left.
Yeah.
Aur wo sala right ja raha. Like kam se kam auto wala left, right, straight, forward, thank you, please, 100 rupees samajhta na. Thailand mein aur bahut jagah mein kuch nahi, nothing.
But if you pull the ear, like the left ear, I find that works very well. From my horse riding days. So left ear, left. Right ear, right.
I did not understand what you were saying for a second.
If you want to go straight, you got to go to the lower body and, handbrake. I'm so sorry. Look at the standard of the show you come to, Baba. You're doing so well.
No.
Okay, Korea, next. Still a teenager when you leave
Korea.
Korea.
Still a teenager. Well, yeah, just about to be
20-ish.
Adult, 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
18.
Went to the U.S.
So now you go to the US and you're still doing formal education now? You're continuing with that? But how do you get the job?
The job in corporate?
Yeah.
I actually got the job. So I went to school for 2 years and then I got the job. I first got the job with the Indian consulate in Atlanta. And I worked at I did their visa processing work for them.
Nice.
And then from that job, I got a better job at an insurance company for logistics. Because there's a large Indian community in the west part of the U.S. that's in the logistics industry, and they wanted somebody who could speak Hindi. And then they also put Punjabi, Gujarati. I'm like, हाँ बोल लेंगे भाई.
You're from UP.
Yeah. There were some other languages I spoke.
हो जाएगा.
हो जाए बात कर लेंगे. So I got that and did that for a while. And then
in this visa processing, do you interview people for visas or just paperwork?
No, mostly just paperwork. Yeah,
it would be fun, right? If a Desi guy comes and you start speaking to him and he'll be a little taken aback.
Happens all the time.
Wow.
ऐसा देखता है मैं शुद्ध भूत देख लिया भाई क्या देख रहा हूँ यहाँ पे.
I love this gag. I know you've done similar things, which after the break we'll come and talk about that. But I just love the idea that you can somebody just gets completely stunned if you're standing there and they start talking in Hindi in front of you about you.
Yeah.
And you then just say, क्या बोला आपने? Whatever.
Yeah.
Has that happened?
Yeah, definitely.
In a slightly embarrassing way for them, have you?
I go full blown.
Give us one story.
I mean, dude, we used to do this for sport. So we had lots of time as teenagers, obviously, and we would just do this for fun to fuck with people. We would go, kahin jana nahi padta tha, but we would go to auto walas और बकचोदी करते थे उसके साथ.
It's like our bakra, except auto more than taxi, huh?
Yeah, auto, because उस time auto ही था. And we would pretend to be me, and I had one Indian friend, but he could pass as a foreigner. And standing next to me, we could be foreigners. And I would walk up to him and be like, Sir, how much Gandhi Maidan?
Nice.
And फिर obviously चूतिया बनाने का कोशिश करेगा. Obviously, क्योंकि मैं भी तो वैसा ही करता अगर मेरे को मौका मिलता. So of course, right? तो बोलता he gives you 10 times the price, 200-300. जैसा उसका मुंह से price निकले. जो चूतिया बनाएगा भाई तू जानता मेरा बाप कौन है भाई मैं गोरा हूँ तो चूतिया बनाएगा भाई उसका आँख ऐसा बड़ा होता था भाई.
Wow,
crazy. It was the funniest.
Where is he? What's his defense now? Because you're
nothing. ठीक आप जाइए सर. निकलता था भागता था यार.
Great story, bro. What fun. Never a dull moment. Just having these avatar changes. So now you're doing the visa processing. Then you get into corporate proper?
Yeah. That's when I got into logistics. So I got a better offer. I fucking hated my boss at the visa processing place. He was some random dude, and he didn't even speak Hindi. I'm like, I should have your job, bro.
Indian guy?
No, he's some Brazilian dude. I'm like, तुमको कौन बना दिया boss यहाँ का?
Really?
और वो मेरे को ज्ञान देने लगता था. I'm like,
fucking
bro.
Neymar.
Yeah,
Where
bro.
did you get this guy from?
Where did you get this fucking guy, bro?
How they like the Brazilians, man. You should write a book about all this, just about the humanity that you, because it's a unique position, your perspective.
Yeah. Huh. I could. I don't know. I'd like to maybe one day like get something written down.
I think racism is underrated. A little bit of it is fun. Yeah. I don't know why people get so touchy about it. I mean, obviously, it's, beyond a point, it's ridiculously bad, but a little bit is fun.
I try to steer clear. Just. Being the white dude in the room all the time, I'm like, I'll play this one safe.
India, Korea. Now you're working in the Indian embassy with Brazilian bosses and whatever.
Yeah. I try to keep it interesting, international as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I worked there for a while. That guy was an idiot.
Sorry,
yeah. He was difficult, so I started looking for other places to work, and then that's when I got like a corporate job. Mm-hmm. So I worked there for 5 years.
What is this corporate job? What was it?
It was in logistics. So yeah.
But where you trained? The logistics is skilled.
I was trained in UP. I was trained in Bihar. I was trained in Delhi.
You were trained off your online course. You go to Korea.
Yeah.
And I'm presuming that's still more like not specific course being done there.
No.
And then you go to, you're working, you're doing 1 year of college or something, or some sort of education in the US.
Yeah.
And then you're in charge of logistics in a big corporate MNC sort of company.
No, but all we did was, so we did safety and insurance and anything related to that field. We managed that for logistics companies.
Does a friend got you the job, or how does?
No, I got the job.
Well, you did the American way, not the Indian way.
Yeah, I did it.
Your dad didn't make a phone call.
No. No, if we were in India, I'd do it the Indian way.
100%.
My dad has.
There is no other way in India. So, what do you come with your Harvard degree? Buzz off. Do you know Sharma ji? Yeah. So what was those 5 years like? You had no idea you'd land up becoming an influencer and doing all this, right?
Yeah, no.
So you thought this was the road.
I thought it was.
How was the vices going by then? Because Mom had steered you off that to get you out of this whole thing. With the vices still with you?
Oh yeah, bro. What the ore
Oh my God. Yeah. Because now he's getting paid. He's in America, land of the free.
Yeah, and it's a corporate job, but it's also like startup vibes.
Yeah.
So everybody in there is like 20, 30. Our CEO was 35 something, 36. Yeah. So it was just a bunch of guys that hit the right market at the right time and basically blew up. And the guy who built that company, his last company actually turned into like $1 billion. He sold it to UPS. His previous
always
company.
a UP in his story.
Yeah. So he was good at taking companies and blowing them up. Anyway, the work culture was very young.
You got equity in the company?
No. But yeah, all the guys. I wasn't there early enough. Mm-hmm. But it was all very young environment. Everyone went to the bar before, during, and after work, and yeah.
And then the brownie culture, not a racial remark. Just a thing people eat.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, you mean the brown? Yeah. वो तो चलता था.
Come on, you're in the States.
Yeah.
It's legal in half the states.
It wasn't in that one, but we got it.
Oh, maybe not then. Yeah.
Well, God. I mean, it was around. I don't know if we got it.
It was sort of illegal, right? Like people look the other way.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's all decriminalized everywhere. Now, like in Florida, it's decriminalized.
But not that we encourage you to do anything, because we have no idea in India what the law is. Even the law doesn't know what the law is sometimes. So it's not clear.
Yeah. We would smoke a lot of pot. Koi political, I don't know how else to say it.
When you cross the national border, it doesn't matter what you do, because you're not doing it in India.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Now you have to talk to your American lawyers if there's a problem. I'm saying it's got nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Right. So.
No, there's no issues with weed in America. It's about as legal as it can be. Even in the States, it's not legal. It's literally like the cop will just give you a ticket.
Yeah.
Like, go here, pay $100, something.
Unless you both have the same dealer.
Yeah, then I mean they might smoke it with you.
Like, didn't I see you somewhere? Not encouraging anyone to do that. But now we'll go to the second part of his story, which is, and then you come back to India. You tell us. So you've done the job. You get bored, I guess, or?
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, so I moved. My family was moving to Thailand. So even when the influencer thing started popping off a little bit, I didn't really think that like it would go that far. Or I don't know. You never can have expectations, right? So my family was moving to Thailand. So I moved to Thailand and I still kept my job and I was just doing it remotely. And then that's right around the time when about a month or two after we moved to Thailand, it started to really steamroll and start turning into something
So it was just like a hobby?
Just a hobby.
Just effing around with free time and that kind of thing?
Yeah. Full bakchodi.
So you kept the job, you're doing this on the side.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it blew up.
Yeah, it blew up. And also there was a little tension from work because like I was on a different time zone. And so I would go live like during work. And so one time my boss got on there.
How?
And my boss texted me on the live thing.
He's on your Insta?
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess.
He's 35, I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, that would sound really funny, Some 58-year-old guy with a double MBA is searching some young kids.
No. It wasn't like that. He's like 35. Everybody followed each other there. Yeah. But yeah, he would like get on my live on Insta and be like, go back to work. Like in the public chat.
And you're in a cut sleeve, gunji kind of laid back, having a great time, chatting with the guy. Doing something silly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, who would give that up? Given a choice of just, effing around and having fun and, making money.
Yeah.
Why would you put on pants and go anywhere?
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
Exactly.
I've been saying that every time I wake up in the morning, tell my wife the same thing. Don't put on your pants.
I tell her never to wear them.
How do you know my wife?
No, I meant mine.
You bastard! Harami!
I think we're going to a break now, right?
Yeah. All right, we take a break. Drew's a very interesting man, makes millions of dollars just being himself.
Where's the camera? Millions of rupees maybe someday.
Last question as we go to break. Where do you pay tax? Okay, we take a break.
Hello. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus is joined by actor Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Nawaz talks about his journey in the film industry, his new OTT release Rautu Ka Raz, and lists his personal favorite performances. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam is in conversation with Sandeep Jethwani, co-founder of Deserve. Gain valuable insights from the episode to avoid common pitfalls and make informed investment decisions. If you like our shows, do spread the word. Please tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Also, do remember all of our shows are also available on YouTube. Do look for their channels and you should be able to enjoy watching along with listening. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, IDST First Bank and Grab. Thank you for making this possible.
All right, we're back here with Drew Hicks. Famous cricketer Graham Hicks, no relation. Steve Hicks, no relation. Steve Nicks, no relation. The tattoo, my producer wants to know what the tattoos are all about. And there are tattoos everywhere, from what we can see.
I just love tattoos. So anytime anything in my life that I think is something worth noting down, I get it made into a tattoo in some way. Or anything, something special I hold.
It's not scenty stuff. Like many people have, like the mom, dad, the wife, the dog. It's not that.
Mostly no.
So what is it?
Mostly no. It's mostly maybe philosophical stuff, like ideas I have, philosophical ideas I have, just images that represent those ideas.
I like the fuck you one.
Did I get that?
No.
How drunk was I last night? Where's my manager?
Give us one or two, no? Is that a shield? I don't know if you can show the camera.
No, this is from the Indian flag. So I got nice. The middle part, and then
Om, I can see clearly.
Om, yeah, I got Om. I spent some time in Rishikesh. So I got.
Although your Om is in Varanasi.
Well, you can find it everywhere.
I'm so sorry. You'll want to tattoo my face with something else. Then there's what is that like fetal position? Is that like?
I got this when for my son. My son was born.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I forget he looks so young. He's a father himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, especially
with enough tequila.
Or tattoo parlors.
Yeah.
While waiting. What you going to do? I'll have a baby the Indian way in 5 minutes. Yeah. So let's get back to the influencer thingy. So you're doing it as a lark. You're just having fun. Your boss is like, what the hell's going on? Because you're playing around in working time for him.
Yeah.
And then you start getting more and more famous. But tell us, what were you doing? I've seen some of the videos and all, and they're really funny. And I just thought, why didn't somebody think of that before? Having a guy who's basically a foreigner, but who's actually Indian.
Yeah.
Once you have that, it's unlimited what you can do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some people who have done it. Like, I think the pioneers are two foreigners in Bollywood. Mm-hmm. They're the first guys to do it. But I think maybe because they're so scripted, and everything's kind of very, very produced.
Because you're younger.
Because I'm younger?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that helps too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they kind of, I think they fell off a little bit. I don't know what they're doing now.
He says you suck.
Yeah.
Tony
shout out to you guys. They're the pioneers.
Too late.
But I don't know. I don't see them
already
anymore.
said it's scripted. No, I don't know.
I don't know.
You know their names?
कुछ नहीं पता.
Adam and Steve.
Yeah.
Calm down, Adam and Steve. The new trend is here.
Yeah,
his name is Drew.
I'm here to take your job, bitch.
Dhruva Yadav. What is bitch in Hindi, yeah? Huh? Kutti. Doesn't sound right, yeah.
Yeah, kutti to
Yeah,
ajeeb
it's so
hai.
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh. And in Malayalam, it's a name, but it's pronounced a little bit different.
Okay.
K-U-T-T-Y. I better not try. We're going to get letters. I'll have to come to America with you.
That's like Laura in English. That one hurts.
Oh.
That one's painful.
Wow. Yeah.
And the Spanish people say it even more emphasized.
Laura.
Laura. I've seen him saying in interviews, like,
Yeah?
yeah.
Hey,
My
Jose.
name is Laura.
Hey, Jose,
It
what's
hurts.
your wife's name?
Laura. Dude, have you seen the airplane? There's an airplane.
Yeah.
Laura Airlines.
Wow.
I said, who
wanna travel.
parked my plane for me?
I know. A lot of respect. In a way, it is very phallic. If you look at the airline, I mean the aeroplane,
Yeah.
the dynamic and the design is well, it's a little more than I give to the world, but it is in that shape.
I mean, at
Do you want to
least
discuss this one?
at least you can say if you hit turbulence, Laura lag gaya bhai.
What a show, kids! Thanks
Can you
for joining
beat
us.
this shit?
Our audience is in Russia. They don't know what we're saying.
Oh, okay, cool.
Can't understand a word. Yeah. So take us through a couple of your favorite ones that you've had. You know, as you said, they don't seem scripted. The videos you make.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about the old. Okay.
Those two. Two chillums later.
Shit. What did we? My favorite one is the one that first went viral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the first one I did. It was just a cut from a vlog. Me and my Korean friend who also speaks Hindi. There are more of us.
Wow. India, be careful.
Yeah.
They're going to take away our jobs.
Me and him were in the car, and I was just holding a energy drink, and he goes, "Bhai, ये सब caffeine मुझे नहीं पीना है, मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता है." हम बोले, "क्यों भाई? क्यों नहीं पीते हो?" बोलता है, "थोड़ा बॉडी हिलता है उससे." तो हम बोले, "तो क्या हुआ?" वो बोलता है, "मुझे सब जगह हिलाना नहीं है." तो हम बोले, "भाई हिला दो भाई, क्या टेंशन है?" Cut. Just that.
Double meaning.
Ha,
Jen,
double meaning. Wild. 8 million views in one
Sponsored
day.
by Lauda Airways. Clearly, I mean, that's where it's all coming from.
It's an ad for Lauda Airways.
They're going to love you.
Yeah.
Suddenly the market's just going to go up. No pun intended. Yeah. So that's good stuff.
Yeah.
So, and you don't really script it. You sort of just freewheel a little bit. How does it go?
Yeah, usually, I mean, I've never really written a script, so usually I just think of a funny concept, and then I'll play with, like, some bullet points with it. That was completely unscripted. That was a vlog. It was a cut from a vlog. So there was nothing. It's just us, like, normal bakchodi, jo hum log off camera bhi karta, wahi same cheez hai. So, yeah, I mean, I never really write scripts. I don't like scripts. I have to use them sometimes because fucking
I don't like scripts either.
I
And
don't
people
like
think we're
them.
arrogant because we don't like scripts. But I think if you don't have your own voice, what's the point of talking?
It doesn't feel natural.
Yeah.
I can get from the script I can get the concept, but if I have to follow it rigidly, it doesn't.
Yeah, concept is fine. Script, lesson to all you people. Stop it. In this new age, we don't need scripts. Just give us the concept. Let us understand what the thing is and buzz off.
Off the dome.
Yeah, exactly. Let us be organic and speak from the heart. Otherwise, it's like, and then he went there and I said, hello.
Yeah.
Years of using teleprompters can do that to you. You have no emotions left. Everything is like that. You're like a government official for life. It's just one staccato sentence everywhere you go.
Yeah.
This is not a good time. You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Sorry, that's to my wife again. Sorry. Back to Lauda Airways with our pilot by Captain Hicks. So let's get to the Prime Minister.
जो सर पे बैठती है वो ज़्यादा याद होता है ना.
हाँ. ये सेक्शुअल बात है?
दोनों.
अच्छा. तो हिंदी में क्या 69 क्या होता है? 7 से 1 माइनस.
I didn't know I was coming on this kind of show.
I'm so sorry.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm relieved.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
After Lauda Airways, I don't know what to do. I mean, we've already fucked up the entire show. There's nowhere to go. I don't know what we're going to do. You know? It's going to be haunting us forever. You know, you get people who hear the podcast, you know, just say a bite from something, you know, just remember one line.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the line.
Yeah.
You know?
Lauda Airways.
It's a wonderful life that you've had, you know, and it's interesting stories. And this is what we'll get.
No one gives a shit.
Nobody
they just
cares.
want Lauda Airways.
You can't beat it.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister. So how do you get an award? With due respect, I mean, it's great fun what you're doing, but you think,
he's like, how is it possible?
No, I would think, why is it like a national thing, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know all the details, but basically he was giving different awards to different creators of different categories. And one of
right.
Yeah, one of the categories was best foreign creator. Because there are plenty of foreigners that...
Technically, you're not really a foreigner in that sense.
That's
Spent
true.
so many years here.
That's true.
Yeah.
But...
Give the award back. And this guy called Ranveer who got the best podcast. Give that back also. It's Louder Airways, bro. That's our brand.
Ranveer's a nice guy, man.
I don't think the Prime Minister is calling us back for that. Gotta make our own awards. So that's fab. But that's a great thing, you know. I mean, you're there with all the creators of this generation sort of thingy.
Yeah.
And you get the award. What did you say?
You know, it was crazy. They told us before. First of all, I didn't know I was getting the award. Then when I found out I was, they told us we're not giving any speeches. Just shake the Prime Minister's hand, say thank you, and move on, right? And then the first creator went up there. And literally, he gave him the award. And the first thing the Prime Minister said, ठीक है, आप कुछ सुनाइए हम लोग को.
Wow.
और मेरा गान फट गया. मैं बोला भाई अब कितना अब मुझे भी कुछ सुनाना पड़ेगा. So immediately I looked down the aisle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 people in front of me. I got 7 people to think of what the hell I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because you gotta be careful.
Yeah, because I'm like, I have no speech.
No mentioning our airline, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
can't go free.
Yeah, full bakchodi nahi. Like go into, and like I'd only slept for an hour. I was like already kind of fried. So I'm like, I got 7 people to figure out a speech. But yeah, I mean, I just went off the like what just came to my head.
So what did you say? You have to be correct.
What did I say?
What do you say? I mean, they ask you, you're talking about your show or whatever. What would you say?
No, I tried not to talk about myself. I just said like, you know, I'm honored to get the award. I actually can't remember everything I said. I talked a little bit.
What did he say? Because you're, again, a unique sort of person. I would think that's interesting for him as well.
He first asked me like about it, like how I got these, you know, language, and I taught him told him just briefly about my background, and you know, my dad went to school here and owned a business here and whatever.
He stands for election from Varanasi. That's his. Isn't that where he stands? Yeah. Did you know that?
What?
That's his electorate. That's where he stands.
Oh, that's
his
where.
Constituency.
Okay. Yeah. He was happy to hear the BHU thing. So, anyway, yeah, I just told him a little bit about my background, and then I was just like, I just gave kind of a pretty basic like. ठीक है guys, मैं भारत का नाम रोशन करते रहूँगा. Jai Hind.
Yo, BJP's taking you in like this, brother.
They liked it. Whatever came off my head, they liked.
He's in the cabinet by now. This is the perfect line, bro. He can't go wrong. Wow.
Yeah, but
Foreign minister.
I thought it right off my head.
Yeah.
Like whatever I thought of right away. So yeah, that was it.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Where do you go from there now? American president. Who's going to win firstly? What's the story there?
Shit, I mean, one guy's asleep. I don't know. One guy can't
no
even.
Contest.
Yeah, there's no contest unless like something weird happens with the voting. But if
you're voting pro or anti-Trump, there's no contest in the sense that Biden's not contributing.
No.
What we can see,
yeah,
he's hardly able to talk.
Even people who generally always vote Democrat probably won't vote at all, or they'll vote for Trump.
Also, one thing which I find really strange, the most powerful country in the world, blah, blah, blah. I love America, by the way. I'm not one of those guys who hates America and then secretly wants to travel there. I absolutely adore America. Foreign policy always subject to question.
Yeah.
But I wonder that such a powerful country, do you want a leader who is not an alpha male? You know? That's a little scary.
No.
You want a powerful leader.
Yeah.
Okay, alpha female is fine too. But you know what I mean? Yeah, interesting time. Otherwise, Louder Airways, here we come. So it's going to be tough, right, for him, because he just looks like, I don't want to use, again, it's difficult to label him, but he seems old.
But everybody knows that. I think that definitely, like, when, one thing's for sure, when Trump was in, because he's such a intense alpha male type of guy, relations actually got a lot better internationally, and we had no wars because he's a man's man. You know, he deals business the way it needs to be done. And also we all made a lot of money then. The economy was good. Everything was good. So I think those two things, money and wars, like safety and cash flow, are the two main things. If you talk to Americans, that's all they want. We're already like, the freedom thing is there. We do whatever, you know. So we're just like, just don't have shit blowing up and let's keep making money. So if people vote on those 2 points, which 99% of the time they do, Trump will win.
So you're saying 16 to 20, America's position graph going this way, and then 20 to 24 going the other way?
100%.
100%.
Oh, it's totally fucked there. The inflation is completely insane. Like it's like $5-6 for the price of eggs. They used to be 99 cents.
A dozen?
Yes.
$6 a dozen?
Some places is worse.
I eat 15, 16 eggs a day. I can't go to America.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could afford it, but I don't know.
How? I can't afford anything. Look at the studio. You have to return the curtains. You have no idea how hard life is. The Prime Minister ignored me. I met him at an event once, and he didn't even look in my direction. Well, his security team did, and one Labrador came and I patted him, but that's it.
He liked me.
The Labrador?
Everybody.
He loved it. Bro, you started an airline which has changed the world. If Joe Biden wants to win, you've got to get on his side as far as I'm concerned. Is it fair to ask you, are you Democrat or Republican?
I'm nothing, man. But I would vote for Trump if it comes down to it over Biden for sure. But I don't know. I've never voted. I never identify with a party in the U.S. or anywhere really. For me, I mean, I'm more so focused on my own shit. I don't pay too much attention.
But that means you're happy with the government. I always think if people say, I don't need to do anything, it means the government is not that an important issue for you because life is okay.
I guess my adult years were Obama and Trump, and neither were. Obama was good and bad. Trump overall was decent for us, like as far as a country, economically. So I never really had to pay attention.
So what you're telling me is that you're voting for Trump, but more like because you can't vote for Biden.
No, I mean, also I think like the 4 years that we were
16, 20.
Yeah, 16 to 20, like we all made money, and like people weren't fighting.
I have no problem with this argument. People say, but he's a this and he's a that. I said commerce comes first. You got to pay your bills.
Look, I don't really care if he's a good person. I don't vote for somebody's morals or personality.
Getting from all the data. He's getting the black vote. He's getting the Hispanic vote. He's getting all the votes from the so-called minorities, if you like, etc. So where's the racism really today?
I don't think. I mean, he's friends with rappers. Like he's like homies with 50 Cent.
They love him.
Ice Cube and shit. Yeah, they love him. So I think that's all mostly just like propagated by the media.
There's one statement he made about in 15, 16 about the Mexicans on the wall.
Yeah.
Which comedy for the next 4 years carried on with.
Right.
But again, which is about immigration, not specific. If he didn't mention the word Mexican, I think everything would have been fine.
Yeah. Well, he's a New York guy, right? So sometimes like those guys are a bit rough and they just fly off the dome, and he said a general statement he shouldn't have said. I think he says a lot of shit he shouldn't say.
Does.
I think he really shouldn't be on Twitter. I think if they just took his Twitter and he just kept making everybody money and preventing wars and shit from getting blown up.
Because he's walking somewhere and just sending something off.
But I get it. Like, मैं भी बकचोदी करता हूँ.
But you're not running the country.
But I'm just a chutia. I'm just on the side doing nothing.
Because you're an entertainer. Entertainers should be chutias, but statesmen should not be.
Should not be. Exactly. That's the one thing.
Would you do your stuff in America? You've got this Indian market and Asian market. Would you go and try and get the American market? But of course, you'll have to change it a little bit. And what about the same musty kind of attitude? No, would you do that in the States?
I mean, I could. I haven't really thought about it. I just got into this, so I mean, I'm gonna definitely mainly just only focus on this.
There's too many Indians anyway. Why does he have to move?
Yeah,
you've got 1.4 crores. Let's throw in the subcontinent. All the others around us, they'll all be watching you, so it'll be fine.
I mean, plus I prefer this side of the world too.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
So like, if I want to live on this side, why not just?
Yeah, but speaking of immigration, what about the issue about poor UPIs getting pushed out of Maharashtra? All political parties try to push out the North Indians, saying they're taking our jobs. Do you know about this?
No, I don't.
Mumbai.
I don't.
You fight for the UPI. Do you identify as a UPIite or
Sure.
LGBTQ? What?
I identify as nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know much about. I really don't pay attention to anything political.
Has any party tried to reach out to you? I think you'd be very interesting for them to have on rallies and stuff in the recent elections. Did anyone reach out to you?
If they did, I'm sure my manager did not tell me. That would be a question for her. But I would guess no. I would guess if any of them did, probably because I stay so apolitical.
You want to be neutral.
Yeah. I just don't get.
You want to alienate anyone. Let's talk about food before we go to the AMAs. We'll have to wrap up soon.
Yeah.
So what's your food palette like? What do you like eating with this hybrid of cultures that you are?
I mean, Indian food, of course, number one. I eat that. I love that the most. And then second...
But in Indian food, name the dishes that you like. Do you like Pooja or Usha? Shweta or Asha? Shaheen or Rukmani? Or do you like Vijay after 6?
Anything with paneer. I love North Indian food. I love North Indian food, but paneer is my favorite. So maybe karai paneer or something. I also love Indo-Chinese food. Because वो कहीं नहीं मिलता. That's a special thing in India.
I agree with you totally. It's just we made this our own cuisine.
Yeah.
No Chinese person can understand it.
What it is.
What the hell is this?
You just Chinese लगा दिया आगे में बस.
This is chow mein.
Yeah. So I love that. I love Indo-Chinese, but yeah, I love North Indian food. Even simple stuff, dal bhat, like simple.
What about the forbidden meats and all? Do you eat all that? What do you eat? I mean,
I'm not veg. Yeah.
You eat everything.
Yeah. I'm not veg, so I eat whatever. But I prefer definitely Indian style food. I also like Mediterranean food and like Korean food.
See, he's making money now, no? So the big talk starts. Mediterranean, Korean, this, that, and the other. If he was not making money, he'd be like Indian food, desi khana, aur kya hai?
अरे वो तो सस्ता है ना. US में तो सस्ता है.
Which one?
Mediterranean. Indian expensive है. Indian expensive है US में.
Wow.
Now that I'm making money, I eat Indian outside of India.
I'm so proud my people. No, Drew. What you're saying is my people are corrupt even there. That's fantastic. Bhojpuri, $20.
Literally.
Literally, right?
I made a reel about that actually.
Yeah.
I was like complaining. I was like, Sala ye log ko dekho bhai. I was showing the menu. $7 ek samosa ke diye. Ye sab pagla gaya bhai.
One
Yahan
samosa?
pe kya? Haan. I'm like, yahan pe kya chutiyapa chal raha bro?
$600 almost.
Yeah, I'm like, मैं वापस बिहार जा रहा हूँ. मुझे वहाँ पे $2 में मिलता है, $5 में मिलता है.
$5 maybe, not $2. Don't lie now.
No. When we were kids too, you could get the small ones for $2, 2 or 3 rupees.
Wow.
They made these little mini ones.
Welcome to Lauda Airlines. All sizes available. All right, let's go to the AMAs before we have to wrap. By the way, these are people who watch your show who've been written in to us. We've sent the universe messages.
Oh shit.
So this is Arav Shah. Shares some behind the scenes collaborating with creators from different nationalities who speak Hindi. You did about the one Korean gent, but do you have any other story? Are there more?
Behind the scenes, like what they're like in.
Let me double check the question.
Because I work with a few of them.
Behind the scenes collaborating. Yeah, he wants to know behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, like what they're like. I mean, Charlie's like, I don't know how. Charlie's one of my closest friends, but he's like a super good kid.
This is the Korean guy.
Yeah, doesn't drink, doesn't
Typical
smoke.
Korean name.
Charlie. Yechun is his real name.
Yechun Park.
Yeah.
Really?
I think Park.
Your best friend.
Lee. Sorry, Charlie. Love you, bro.
Because of me, he's lost a friend.
Yeah. No, that's Laura Airways' fault.
Yeah.
But.
No, they'll come back. They will come back.
Yeah. Charlie's like super sanskari wala banda.
Oh.
Or bahut sweet hai, nice, chill. He keeps me like, when we work together, like we've done some pretty big projects and he kind of keeps me grounded and more organized. I'm more the chaotic, push the limits guy, and he's like, but bhai, itna to bakchodi nahi karna chahiye. Jail whale mein to band nahi ho jayenge na.
He brings order.
He brings order. So he's like that. Aggu bhai, love you bro, but Aggu bhai chutiya hai.
Where's he from?
He's from Nigeria. He's my good friend.
Yeah.
But he's full bakchod. उसके साथ काम करना बहुत मुश्किल है क्योंकि वो काम नहीं करता, बस बकचोदी करता है वो. So but Aggu's hilarious. Great guy to work with. Really funny. He just loves to goof off though.
And Indian collaborators that you like?
Indian collaborators, I've done a lot of those, but I'm kind of forgetting.
Just make up a name. Deepak.
Yeah.
Rajesh. Go for it. Praveen.
Mera bhai Sonu.
I'm convinced.
I'm trying to think of the last collab I did. I've done a few. I don't have my phone on me. I feel bad, but I mean, my favorite YouTuber in India is probably Lakshay Chowdhury. I haven't collabed with him, but I really like his content. When people ask, I always say he's probably my favorite.
Sadly, he never watches this podcast, so it's a waste.
No, I'm sorry to say this, but some people I love, they're like good friends of mine, is Untriggered podcast. Sorry, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not to shit on you,
No,
not to bring up the competition or whatever.
Edit everything. Just keep louder, not even the airways. Let's see how long it takes to reach Biden. Yeah, untriggered. Yeah. Three guys do that, right?
Yeah, those are my boys. Like we're
okay.
we're good friends now. We hang out and party together.
You're on that podcast as well from time to time?
Yeah, I've been on just twice, but I will say proudly I'm the only other person besides Sheena who's been on there more than once. So.
Then we have Sassy Pants. Have you mastered the art of bargaining in India? This is a good question. What's your best haggling story? But then he's like a UPI. He was here at 5. So it's not like, I mean, you wouldn't even know how to bargain.
I just bargain on my own.
Do you do that America and Korea and all that? Because
I guess my best bargaining was when I was a teenager and I got caught smoking on a train. I was bargaining with the cops. 200 का fine है uncle, 100 दे देते हैं आपको, आप जाइए.
और एक puff.
हाँ, और एक puff आप पी लीजिए, lighter रख लीजिए बस.
Lighter भी? हाँ. But a cheap one, classic one.
Yeah.
Wow.
चलता है.
Yeah. But do you do that naturally when you're in the other cultures, when you're in the US, because you're switching personality a little bit, to get to the American side or your Korean side or wherever. Does it change and the Indian side suddenly dominates? You're fighting in a supermarket. What? $3 for panties?
Fully. Yeah, fully. Like, I go, my wife thinks I'm like bipolar or have multiple characters or something because I just switch. And it's weird. Language ke saath hota hai wo. तो जैसा मेरा सोच
nice.
Yeah, मेरा सोच भी like this morning I was thinking in Hindi in the shower and I was like fully having a conversation in Hindi.
पैर साफ है?
हाँ. वो तो साफ नहीं है. ठीक है?
I didn't even go there. Yeah. This is not.
I knew you were headed there. I was beating you to the Lota Airlines.
People, yeah.
I was beating him there.
So where's the wife from?
She's from the US.
Okay, and you met her in that last stint at the job.
Yeah, well, actually, she's my little sister's best friend.
Oh, that's very Indian, no?
Yeah, very Indian.
They'll end up marrying and all that.
Yeah,
God, they can't take the UP out of you, that's for sure.
No, for real. That's one of the things I liked about her. She knew my family for so long already. And I was like, chalo, ye set hai. Because that's a whole situation with...
So you kidnapped her. I'm just going back to your background. Just to understand in our culture.
UP? Is this a UP joke?
I think 50% has to be censored. Only Sheena will stay. Here's Jelly Bean Genius says, what Bhojpuri phrase or expression do you find the most interesting or amusing? Can you sing a line from any Bhojpuri song? 2 things.
I hate this question. Yeah. I don't know. I hate singing. I have a horrible voice, like glass-breaking voice.
But do you know any phrase, Bhojpuri phrase, which would be a popular one? Bear in mind, we don't speak Bhojpuri, any of us here.
I mean, there's a song. It's pretty fucked up, but it's really funny. It comes to mind immediately. But it's like, have you heard the song, Agar tum mil jao? So they have
You sound like a pervert.
This is a perverted song.
I felt uncomfortable, bro.
It's a perverted song. But they switched it. They said, Agar tum mil jao, palangiya tod denge hum. That's the Bhojpuri song that comes to mind. They were looking for a
Bhojpuri expression like, oh, shucks or something in Bhojpuri. Yeah, kya baat hai? Oh, Baba. We're locked in with some vulgarity here with Purv. Who are your secret... And real life, who are your secret real life locals who help you find real life characters or just comes naturally to you? What a complicated question. Do you base the characters on your real life locals? I think it's all endemic now. It's all part of your DNA. You don't really think.
I think some people think that I have like somebody's behind the scenes, like some locals feeding me this stuff. But like I
think they want to know there are people that you're mimicking from your life growing up.
Oh.
Like the Panwala or the whatever that you grew up with.
Sure, but those characters are so repeated, it's no specific. Like there's 1,000 Panwalas that have been around.
So what I'm saying is already there in your system.
Yeah.
You're not looking for one person.
Not a particular guy, no. Yeah. I've been around like thousands of those people. You know, the guys like with the gunji flipped up in the belly and they're just like, oh my God. Like those types have been around a lot.
I thought of something great, but I want 10%. Why don't you do events and parties?
Yeah.
Where you come and just do 5-10 minutes of Hindi abuse, that kind of thing. It'll be fantastic. You don't understand how people will love it. 10%. I only want 10%.
Write it down.
Yeah, we do all these events all the time. I'm going to calculate for an event. I mean, imagine you made an entry for just 10 minutes. Like an item number. Malaika gets paid 50 lakhs just to dance the same dance for 12 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But आपको 10% नहीं हो पाएगा.
20?
नहीं, मतलब बात हो जाएगा.
कम या ज़्यादा?
कम. थोड़ा bargaining तो करना पड़ेगा.
कौन सा एंगल से अमेरिकन है?
ये मतलब बात हो जाएगा.
We are a third world country, beta. You have to help us.
1-2%. मैं भी तो rupees में कमा रहा हूँ यार.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't think we're third world. I think we're coming up.
No, I think there's no third world left now. It's all, because India is a mix of first world, second world, eighth world, 15th world.
Yeah, I think
first and above world, all that.
I think India runs the show, at least in this side of the world, by like in the next 5 years.
You think?
Sure.
We could be bigger than America.
I mean,
imagine we cancel the NBA. It's IPL. What are you going to do now, LA Lakers?
I don't think you're getting the sports out of America.
No way.
Even if America falls, they'll still be playing basketball.
If America was broke, they'll still have the NBA.
Yeah.
All that will happen. As we end, do you like cricket?
Yeah, I don't watch it very much, but I used to play it like some as a kid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Batsman, bowler?
No, just bat and field.
Okay, so we're recording this just...
Never baller. Yeah.
Okay, but we're recording this just before the World Cup, and India's in the semis and looks very strong. So remember, when you watch it, I don't know whether the World Cup is over or not, but in case he gets it wrong, you can write it to us. Your prediction, does India win the T20 World Cup or not?
I have to say yes.
If they lose, forget Avinash. We've got a new Avinash. His name is Drew. You go after him. You've said yes. That's your punt. Let's see how it goes.
I mean, they beat Australia. And Afghanistan beat Australia, which means Australia turned out pretty pathetic, and they're like their main kind of competition. So who's
and don't
left?
forget who pulled out of Afghanistan.
Oh, bro, fuck, I forgot about that.
I think that'll cost him the election first and foremost.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
But as we say bye, as we pull out, the last words will be in Bhojpuri from our resident comic Drew Hicks.
Bhojpuri में क्या बोलना?
Bye कैसा बोलते हैं भोजपुरी में?
Bye.
अलविदा.
बाय टाटा बाय बाय
टाटा एक कंपनी है.
हाँ नहीं वो टाटा
नहीं बाबा, टाटा कैसा? ये टाटा वो रांची में या जमशेदपुर में होगा. टाटा.
So the next thing I know, it was 19 Jan, and I was made to meet Mr. Bansali in his office. The reason why I was mentioning or focusing on the dates was because it happened to be my birthday.
Which one is?
19 Jan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was quite memorable for me to be meeting him in person. I'd grown up watching films.
You could say that's a lucky, auspicious date in the sense your birthday, you meet.
More than that, it was very memorable.
Did you tell him it's your birthday?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I mean,
then
I was so
very hard for him not to have that, because you're emotional as Indians.
नहीं, and
उसके बाद वो तो birthday पे आई थी. I can't say no to her now.
नहीं, मुझे ऐसा pressure नहीं देना था. मुझे अपने merit पे काम चाहिए.
Take whatever chance you get in life. Don't have this arrogance. What is this
nonsense? मिल गया ना, काम तो मिल ही गया.